Oh, all right. Hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So I just finished recording the Kaiju number 8 video, so I'll kind of quickly TLDR same channel related stuff I did on those in here as well. So probably looking at taking another mini break from the channel just so I can kind of re-energize. Just because like work life news has been kind of super stressful and anxiety inducing lately, so I feel like I need a break to kind of recharge. So I'll try to do a proper channel update about that the next few days sometime, just so like everyone's aware of what's going on. But yeah, before I went on the hiatus, I figured I might as well catch up on Spy Family and Kaiju chapters, so there doesn't, so there's, so it isn't a huge backlog that builds up. Yes, with that said, without further ado, let us get into Spy Family, Mission 52 by Tetsuya Endo. As we pick up, no, actually we have, hold on. Translation by Casey Lowe, lettering by Rina Mappa. We pick up where we left off last time with all the assassins pulling out various weapons, batons, guns, knives, what looks like a whip, and you see that they're completely surrounded as yours going, there's no escape. And you see the sniper taking aim again as he has, this time I won't miss, and I'm blowing you away first. And you have a whack, and and you see for shoo. As you see the fireworks all going off the background and setting off, as you see three of the assassins that are approaching behind with a thunk, 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 all get taken out. And you see, for heaven's sakes, and you see McMahon up on top, who's now taken over the sniper position, as he's knocked out the other sniper, goes, I was wondering where they're dawdling off to. And Yor goes, it's the director. And you see Turtleneck going, there are more of them. And you see a pang as he shoots a bullet at a nearby hatch. I assume he shot the lock off of it. And you see Yor going, both of you, run! Take shelter under that hatch. And she shoves Versil and Olka both towards the hatch. As you see one of the assassins throwing something at Yor going, you're not going anywhere! And she kind of deflects it with her little blade daggers. And you see a whip as the whip gets looped around Yor's leg as she's trying to push them away. And they're trying to yank her back. She goes, get in there now! And you see, so sorry. As Versil's pushing Olka in. And you see Yor going, there was one in my blind spot? She goes, ah! And you see Versil diving in front of the bullets as the guy fires on her. And he kind of grabs Olka and the baby and kind of falls into the hatch as he's cushioning them with his body. He's using his body to cushion their fall. And you see her crying out, Zeb! And you see him reaching up to slam the hatch shut. And he's like, it's like, Zeb! He's just... He's like, it hurts! Even with the bulletproof vest, it hurts so darn much! She's like, don't be so reckless! And Yor's like, way to go, Mr. Gray! And she just whips her leg forward and rips the whip out of the whip lady's hand with a yoink. It's like, hey! And you see a thwack, and she just whips it around to so that the handle goes whipping around and slams into the gunman's head and knocks him out. And it's running with a tum 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 as she just kicks this heavy crate and sends it flying. So it goes and covers the hatch entrance so that no one can try and open it. And she goes, whew, now no one will be opening that hatch anytime soon. And you see one of the assassins going, you think that's enough to stop us? We'll just blow it all to bits. And you just see him like tossing a grenade up in one hand. And you see Yor's just not having any of it as she just leaps up and just kicks him with such force and sends him flying back that he falls off the ship into the sea. And you see a ba-boom as the grenade also goes off. And you see Yor's just pissed off with a bang and a boom and a grrr. And you see the other assassins are starting to kind of reconsider as you see them like kind of getting their determination back. So they clench their swords, kind of leap all over her. And you see as three of them try to converge on her all at once. She kind of does, she pulls a, for anyone that's seen Thor Ragnarok when Hela was doing the same thing, where she kind of does like a backwards, like a back bend and just kind of like whips her legs. She does a back bend, kicks one of the assassins in the gut, slams her dagger into another one's head, and then blocks the last one's knife with the other dagger. And then she whips the guy around and slams the dagger into who the assassin's head, and then sends him flying. And you see a check as one of the assassins tries to fire, and so she uses one of the bodies as a human shield, and she goes, "May I?" And you have a, what? And you have a smack as the McMahon takes him out with a sniper rifle. You have, "Stay behind the walls," and a thud. Again, I'm going to apologize because I cannot do the dynamic nature of these panels justice, but just know that they are really well done action scenes. And you see McMahon going, "Well, this won't do. The deck is a complete mess. We'll need to wipe it clean and dispose of any evidence." And you see Yor exchanging blows with another one of the assassins as he's trying to kind of like swipe his knife along her blade and cut her. And he managed to disarm one of her little daggers. He's like, "Gotcha!" Yor just dips under and just slams into him with the other one instead. And you have a shoop, and as she does that, the other one's like falling slow, and she grabs it midair and just slams it straight up under his chin. Oh, and she's just got like this emotionless death face, and you just see him falling in a spurt of blood. And you have a scrub. You have McMahon just kind of scrubbing the blood away with a mop as he goes, "I'd appreciate it if you could do this as bloodlessly as possible. This is not an easy cleanup." And she's like, "When did Mr. Director, sir?" It's like, "I'm sorry, I didn't have much choice." It was, "Well, of course you didn't. These do appear to be a fairly talented bunch. Plenty of new faces with unfamiliar fighting styles among them. That said," and he just kind of grabs one of the bodies and tosses it overboard. He goes, "They're hardly in the Garden's league." I see a splash. He goes, "They've gathered in one place for us. That should make things easier. So don't leave any of them alive." And you have shoo as the fireworks are exploding in the sky, and you see Lloyd and Anya below as Anya's going, "Whee! These ones are red!" It's like, how can she get so excited over the same thing again and again? And you see a boom, bang, bang, bang. As you see explosions and spurts of blood flying through the air. You have as you see McMahon and Yor just slamming through all the assassins. And you have a wah! Someone's getting lucky on the casino rolls with 777s. They have a jackpot. It's like, "No way, V, it's the jackpot. I hit the jackpot." You have a buh? And you see McMahon just casually dodging one of the assassins. He's scrubbing as the assassin tries to stab him in the head. And you see, as Yor also stabs her knives into another one. And you see again scenes tossing below. As you have the fireworks exploding, you have, what's the word I'm looking for? God, it cannot come to me. But you have like different scenes of like McMahon and them just rushing through all the assassins, take them all out, along with the explosions of fireworks. And you see Yor's other associates are all getting super lucky at the casino, and they're making bank. And you see finally one of the assassins pulls out a Morning Star and tries to slam Yor with it. And you have a clang. And you have a thwip as McMahon shoots him in the arm. And as he goes to block, Yor just goes up, does like a spear hand to his plexus, and does like a force strike and sends him flying back with a spurt of blood coming out of his mouth. Then you see this tiny guy in a suit running up with these little claw weapons, exchanging some blows with McMahon, and he's trying to dodge around him, and Yor just shadows him as she takes him out as well. And you see another one that does like a toad face as he spoots out of what I assume is a poison. And he goes, "That was enough poison gas to take down a bear." And Yor's like, "That was so rude. I mean, really?" As she effortlessly takes him down. And yeah, "Now you face Esmeralda, the master of wire." And you see the next page, she's lying dead with a bullet hole in the middle of her head. You have, "I am the king of chalk." You see this guy trying to like swirl chakrams around his fingers, and Yor takes him out as well. You have, "Now for the big finale of our fireworks show." And you have a bazak as Yor gets slammed in the back with the electric baton. You have a, "Hey, that hurt." And the guy that just hit her is like, "Shouldn't it do more than just hurt?" And he said, "Crack!" Someone comes in from the side and hook punches her and sends her flying as well. And then the baton guy tries to come in low and slam the baton into Yor again. She stops it with her hand, yanks it out just grabs it, yanks it out of his hand, slams it back in, slams it into his mouth, breaking his teeth as he falls down. And the other one that hit him, she just lashes out with a kick and just does like a flurry of knife strikes on him. As again, you see explosion of fireworks mimicked with like an explosion of blood from your taking them all out. And you see this great dynamic panel like the fireworks exploding above with the fountain of blood, also kind of mimicking the fireworks. As Yor rips her bloodied hand out of the guy's corpse. And she's like, oh, I think I jammed one of my fingers. And you see the remaining assassin just watching this in complete shock. As McMahon's like, and he's just scrubbing away at the blood. Oh, man. Alright. So I guess some quick thoughts regarding this chapter. Man, I'm a little bit disappointed that, this wasn't Fur Seal's and with like the whole heroic sacrifice. But I guess it makes sense, of course, he'd be wearing some kind of protective armor. It'd be kind of weird if he had they had the foresight to do something like that. So I can't really complain too much. I did love like the comedic switch between the self-sacrifice and with him complaining about having gotten shot and how much it hurts. That was really good. The one thing I don't know if it landed as well or as dynamically as I hoped it would is kind of like the back and forth contrast between like the firework explosions going off and like the fountain of blood sprays from yours, a little bloodied battle here. Like conceptually, I think it's an interesting idea, and I think in some of the cases it does work to kind of like showcase as a what's the word to look like, as like a similarity kind of artistic thing. I think in some cases it works, but in a lot of them, just because of like the way the paneling and stuff is done, like how it's laid out, it doesn't really, I think, land with the impact that the author intended it for to land with. So I don't know, just a little bit of a disappointment, but not like a huge thing. But one of the ideas I did have going through my mind while I was kind of going through this chapter is thinking about if they eventually do a Spy Family anime, which I think there might have been news or speculation about them possibly doing that. If they do that, I hope they do this scene the same way that for anyone that's seen the Hunter x Hunter anime with the York New City arc where Crollo's doing the little orchestra conduct when he's playing orchestra conductor as he's orchestrating the massacre of the mafia families for what happened to the spiders. I feel like if they do this in a similar style that we have like the operatic music and then the kind of the cuts between yours fighting and the fireworks going off, I think that would land a lot more effectively, like get the feeling that this scene is kind of going for. That's probably me thinking a little too far ahead into the future. I also want to say, like, because of how wholesome it is for the most part, it is kind of a little bit jarring, when Spy Family does go like full on with the action, the violence, and the blood sprays and everything else. And I think in part because of that wholesomeness, like the jarring nature of it, the brutality doesn't really land as effectively. Like, don't, like, yeah, you see you're like doing the jamming sticks and you see like the blood spurts and everything, but I don't really feel the brutality in the same way as would in other series that's a little bit more action oriented. But again, that's kind of minor complaints. There's again some really great comedy bits that did come out of that, like with McMahon just coming in with a mop, like scrubbing away the blood and things. But I don't know, if I wanted to feel a little bit more, I don't know, I just want to feel like a little bit more something with regards, like at least I wanted to feel like, a little bit of the horror, I guess. I can't think of the right word right now. It's just like there's something missing here and I can't quite articulate what it is right now. But yeah, still enjoyable. The comedy still lands really, really well. So can't really do appreciate that. Just minor quibbles. Looking forward to seeing more of your skills. I'm glad that we are finally though getting yours, like a your focused and centric chat, because I feel like it's been a long time since we got one of those. So looking forward to seeing more of that. Like I mentioned, I don't know if I said this at the start of this one, but like I mentioned, my kaiju videos, I'm gonna do the other Spy Family chapters separately, just to kind of keep things a little bit easier to kind of digest and process, rather than doing like dual chapter video reviews and things like that. So look forward to the other one dropping after this one finishes uploading. As always, if you like my content, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I mentioned, I'll try to do a channel update with proper, notes and everything on the hiatus and everything like that a little bit later. And until next time, this is Ash. Talk to you all later.